Hello, dear listeners, and welcome to another episode of 12 Hop Flop. It's me, Floppy, your fluffy friend and guide through the wonderful world of wisdom and whiskers. Today, we're diving into a topic that's very close to my heart: charity, volunteering, and giving back. Yes, even a bunny like me knows the importance of helping others. You know, just the other day, 8-Bit and I were nibbling on some fresh greens when we noticed a little bunny from the next burrow over who seemed to be having a tough day. We shared our greens with him, and oh, the joy in his eyes. It reminded me how small acts of kindness can make such a big difference. In this episode, we'll explore why giving back is so important, the different ways you can volunteer, and how your efforts can change lives. So, grab a comfy spot and let's get started. Now, let's hop into why giving back is so essential. From a rabbit's perspective, life is all about community and taking care of each other. When one of us finds a particularly tasty patch of clover, we make sure to share it with our friends. It's a simple gesture, but it strengthens our bonds and keeps our community thriving. For humans, giving back works in much the same way. Acts of kindness and generosity can create a ripple effect that spreads positivity and support throughout the entire community. When you volunteer your time, donate to a cause, or simply lend a helping hand, you're contributing to a cycle of goodwill that can inspire others to do the same. Volunteering and charity work are not just about helping others, they're also about personal growth and happiness. When you give back, you gain a sense of purpose and fulfillment that can be incredibly rewarding. It's like finding that perfect sunlit spot in the garden where you can stretch out and feel completely content. Plus, the connections you make with others while volunteering can lead to lasting friendships and a stronger sense of community. So, whether you're a bunny or a human, giving back is a vital part of life. It helps us grow, connect, and thrive together. All right, let's hop into some ideas on how you can volunteer and make a difference in your community. There are so many ways to give back, and every little bit helps. First, let's talk about shelters. Whether it's an animal shelter, a homeless shelter, or a food bank, these places are always in need of extra hands. You could spend an afternoon walking dogs, sorting donations, or serving meals. The time you give can make a huge difference to those in need and bring a lot of joy to your own heart. Next, consider participating in community cleanups. Grab a pair of gloves, a trash bag, and maybe a few friends, and head to a local park or beach. Picking up litter not only helps the environment, but also makes your community a more beautiful place to live. Imagine how much nicer your favourite spot would be without all that pesky trash around. Another wonderful way to volunteer is by joining or organising a food drive. Collecting non-perishable food items for those in need can be incredibly impactful. You can do this with your neighbours, your school, or even through social media. It's a simple yet effective way to bring people together for a good cause. Of course, volunteering isn't limited to these activities. You can tutor students, visit the elderly, or even share your skills, like knitting or gardening, with others. Just like how 8-Bit and I sometimes help our bunny friends with grooming or finding the best hiding spots, you can use your unique talents to make a difference. Even rabbits can contribute in our own small ways. For example, we help aerate the soil with our digging and spread seeds around the garden. It's our way of giving back to the environment that sustains us. Humans have even more opportunities to make an impact, so get creative and find a cause that speaks to you. Remember, no act of kindness is too small. Every bit of effort counts and adds up to create a positive change in the world. Now let's talk about the impact of charity. It's amazing how giving back can change lives, sometimes in ways we can't even imagine. Let me share a story that touched my heart. There was a little girl named Emily who loved animals but had never had a pet of her own. One day, she visited an animal shelter and met a bunny named Whiskers. Emily and Whiskers formed an instant bond. With the help of the shelter staff and volunteers, Emily was able to adopt Whiskers and give him a loving home. The joy that Whiskers brought to Emily and her family was immeasurable, and it all started with the kindness of those who volunteered their time at the shelter. Charity isn't just about the big gestures, it's about the everyday acts of kindness that accumulate to create a significant impact. A small donation to a food bank can mean the difference between someone going hungry or having a warm meal. Volunteering an hour of your time can brighten someone's day and give them hope. The emotional impact of giving back is profound. For those who receive help, it can be a lifeline, a source of hope and encouragement. For those who give, it provides a sense of purpose and fulfillment that's hard to find elsewhere. It's like how I feel when I nuzzle up to 8-bit after a long day, warm, content, and happy. Moreover, the societal impact of charity is immense. Communities become stronger and more resilient when people support each other. Programs for education, healthcare, and environmental conservation all thrive on the generosity of volunteers and donors. These efforts help build a better world for everyone. And remember, even small contributions can make a big difference. Like a single paw print in the sand, your actions can leave a lasting mark. Every little bit helps, and it all adds up to create a world full of kindness and compassion. All right, let's talk about how you can encourage others to hop into the wonderful world of volunteering and charity work. Getting started with volunteering can sometimes feel a bit daunting, but it doesn't have to be. The first step is to find a cause that speaks to your heart. Think about what you're passionate about. Do you love animals, just like me? Or maybe you're passionate about helping the homeless, supporting education, or protecting the environment. There are so many causes out there, and there's definitely one that will resonate with you. Once you've found your cause, start small. Maybe you can volunteer for a few hours at a local shelter or donate some canned goods to a food drive. Small steps can lead to big changes, and it's okay to start with what feels manageable for you. Just like how I take small nibbles when enjoying a delicious carrot, you can take small steps in your volunteering journey. It's also important to spread the word and share your experiences. Talk to your friends, family, and colleagues about the volunteer work you're doing. Sometimes people just need a little nudge or an inspiring story to get involved. You might be surprised how many people want to help, but just don't know where to start. By sharing your story, you can inspire others to join in and make a difference. If you face obstacles, don't get discouraged. It's normal to feel like you don't have enough time or resources, but remember, every little bit helps. Volunteering doesn't have to be a huge time commitment. Even an hour a week can make a significant impact. And if you can't volunteer your time, there are other ways to give back, like donating money or supplies to a cause you care about. One way to stay motivated is to set small, achievable goals for yourself. Maybe you decide to volunteer once a month or donate a certain amount to charity each year. Having these goals can help keep you on track and give you a sense of accomplishment as you reach them. Finally, remember to have fun and enjoy the process. Volunteering and giving back should be a joyful experience. It's a chance to meet new people, learn new skills, and make a positive impact on the world. Just like how I love exploring new burrows and making new bunny friends, you can find joy and fulfillment in your volunteer journey. So, what are you waiting for? Let's hop to it and start making a difference today. As we wrap up this episode of 12 Hop Flop, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've discussed today. We've talked about the importance of giving back, explored various ways to volunteer, and shared some heartwarming stories about the impact of charity. Giving back isn't just about making others happy, it's also about growing as individuals and strengthening our communities. Volunteering and charity work create ripples of kindness that spread far and wide. Whether it's sharing your time, your resources, or even just a smile, every act of kindness counts. Just like how 8-Bit and I enjoy sharing our favourite napping spots and treats, you too can find joy and fulfillment in giving back to those around you. I hope today's episode has inspired you to think about how you can contribute to your community. Remember, no act of kindness is too small. Whether you're volunteering at a local shelter, participating in a community cleanup, or simply lending a hand to a neighbour, your efforts make a difference. Before we hop off, I want to hear from you. Have you had any experiences with volunteering or charity work? What causes are you passionate about? Share your stories and thoughts in the comments, or leave a review. Your experiences can inspire others to take action too. Thank you so much for joining me today on 12 Hop Flop. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future episodes. And don't forget to leave a comment or review. I love hearing from my wonderful listeners. Until next time, keep spreading kindness and making the world a better place, one hop at a time. Bye for now.